If you're backpacking through Asia, Laos is a country you cannot skip, and this little town has won us over. In our part 1 video, we floated down the Nam Xay River in a kayak and in a tube, as well as explored some of Vang Vieng by foot. In this video, we're hitting the road and exploring some of the best parts of this amazing town and flying high. And now we're on our way to our first stop of the day.
We are hiking up to Nam Xay Viewpoint. It's meant to take about 30 minutes I think, but actually meant to be a little bit tough. Meant to be some incredible views at the top, so we've come nice and early to try and beat the heat.
Great that we brought our hiking boots, right?
Yeah. Tivas can do anything.
So this is definitely not an easy hike up to the viewpoint. Where's the path?
Okay.
It's kind of like climbing a cliff face. Like not as scary as climbing an actual cliff face, but there are kind of drop-offs and there's not really steps. It's just like, I guess, previous footsteps molded into the ground with the occasional like bamboo pole for you to grab onto. And then of course, nature's way of helping you out. I'm wrecked. It's been like 3 minutes. Go Stace! In our part 1 video of our Laos explorations, one of the places we went to was a cave and we were complaining about the stairs that led up to that cave. They were nothing compared to this. I should have been training for this for months.
We just ran into someone and they said we're about 15 minutes from the top. Hopefully they're right, but they said it gets harder before you get there, unfortunately. But I'm sure the view up the top will be absolutely worth it. Plus, our next stop of the day, we're earning that stop. That stop's going to be nice and relaxing.
The face when you think you've made it to the top and it's not actually the top.
No, it's not. Let's go. We got this.
Always concerning when there is a rope. You okay? Yeah, you popped a hole in your shoe.
First injury of the hike. It's not to me. It's to my Tiva. Tivas can do anything.
I expected it to be so much worse than that. I popped a hole in my shoe. I thought it went all the way through.
I didn't say I popped a big hole, I said I popped a hole.
Alright, but for real, it's getting a bit dangerous. I'm going to put the camera away. We'll see you at the top if we make it.
Bye. We made it maybe 30-40 minutes, I think. I'm so sweaty. Definitely worth the views though, already. It is pretty incredible up here. There's this little undercover bit where you can sit down, have some water, get out of the sun, but also a couple of different photo spots which are pretty famous. You might have seen photos of these. There are 2 motorbikes which are like locked into the ground. I gave them a shake, they seem pretty sturdy and they are very popular photo spots up here at the lookout because it looks like you're riding a bike on the edge of a cliff, so it's pretty cool. So we'll definitely be taking some photos, but just views all around. Definitely gets a little busy up here. It's not super big, not a lot of space, but just 360 views of Vang Vieng.
How cool!
We could stay up here for ages looking at the view, but we've got more stops to make today, so we're going to head back down. Hopefully it doesn't take as long as the way up, although it might even be harder, we'll see. Coming down that first bit, so hard. Definitely coming up is like aerobically more challenging, but it was so slippery, and like we said, we didn't have hiking boots on, but it was so slippery that I find it hard to believe any shoes would make much of a difference.
Post decline, how do you feel?
Really sweaty actually.
Oh, yeah. I look good.
It didn't actually feel that much shorter. I'm sure it took us less time, but it felt like a long way, and it had to be a lot more careful and take it a bit slower because it was super slippery. So I feel like it was almost took just as long coming down as it did going up. Legs are a bit jelly-like now, but we've 100% earned our next stop. Well, I have. Rosh isn't that keen, but I love a good swim, so. Okay, we've made it to stop number 2 today, which is Blue Lagoon 3. Now, Vang Vieng is known for having several of these lagoons. Some I think are natural, some are man-made. This seems to look like maybe a man-made one, but it's still beautiful. It's a very popular thing to do here in Vang Vieng, is just spend the day at one of these lagoons. They have food and drinks available, which is great. They have free life jackets if you don't know how to swim. So for today's activities, we have hired a tuk-tuk for ourselves the entire day, so a private tuk-tuk, because if you aren't riding a motorbike, that is the best way to see and explore outside of the Vang Vieng town. Now, I'd read it should cost about 200 to 300,000 kit for us, but we either got absolutely ripped off or the price has gone up, because he started at 500,000 and we only managed to get him down to 400,000. He kept laughing at us. So we ended up paying 400,000 for the whole day. Well, and I think he said he'd drop us back at about 3:30 and we left about 9:30, so pretty good. And we told him the 3 stops. Blue Lagoon 3 is the furthest away from the town, so it is a bit harder to get out here, which I think may be another reason why he wanted a bit more money. It's not a very good road to drive on. Blue Lagoon 1, in contrast, is the closest to town and is quite easy to get to, but 400,000 kip, hopefully that's kind of a decent price, but we always say to ourselves, that's his whole day, you know, he's got us for 6.5 hours today. That's a whole day's work, almost, and that's 32 Australian dollars, so we try to keep things in perspective a little bit, but I'm fairly confident. We've been ripped off a little bit, but we live and we learn. Okay, we've had some food and now it's time to go in for a dip. It's actually a lot in the shade, but it's still quite hot outside. There is a bit of like a rope swing situation going on and also like a zip line into the water. There's a couple of like bamboo platforms you can paddle on. I'm pretty excited. I do love swimming. Rosh does not love swimming. I do. Bye. It's cold. I'm hopping out.
It's a bit chilly, but it's nice after that big hike this morning.
Upper body strength could do some work. I had planned. Most people go right until it like flings you and then, I don't know, try and flip or whatever crap people do. I planned to like go a little early because I didn't want to flip and land on my back. But I just like the second I dropped down, my arms were just like, nope, nope. It was fun for the 1 second I was in the air.
Half a second.
Yeah. Very nice here and it's kind of busy but not busy. I've heard Blue Lagoon 1 is very, very busy because it is so close to town. But it's nice.
And from one lagoon to another lagoon. It's so funny, there's a platform here at Blue Lagoon 1. It's like maybe 10 meters off the ground and all the kids are going up hoping to do it, and then once they get to the edge of the platform they're freaking out, and it's just so funny watching them try to psych themselves up to do it and then they just can't push themselves over to jump off. It's pretty funny to watch. Having said all that, it's a lot easier to laugh at them if you're not doing it yourself. I totally get how it might sound me saying that, given that I'm not doing it, and neither is Stace. We are both far too afraid. So in comparison to Blue Lagoon number 3, Blue Lagoon number 1 definitely does seem a bit more popular. It's obviously more popular because it's closer to town, but it has a platform, it has swings to lounge around on, and it's just massive. You can kind of swim along for ages.
I'm pooped. It's been a long day. I think we should go get some dinner soon. We've got an early start tomorrow. Okay, we are feeling so sore after our hike this morning. We're not stair fit at the moment, but we've come out for a dinner just to a local place actually up the road from our accommodation. We came here the other night, really enjoyed it, but literally ate so much that we felt so sick. And one of the reasons why is because we both got a shake and they're this size. This might be the biggest shake I've ever had. And then we ordered 2 meals, plus they give you a nice little fruit plate as an appetizer. So today we've learned we're sharing a shake. We've got a main meal and some spring rolls. So hopefully we can get through it and not feel sick afterwards. But really delicious. As I said, local place, a little bit cheaper, and we'll check the name on the screen.
And another cool thing about this place is that you can actually sit in these little booths, like cross-legged, elevated up off the floor. This gives it a bit more of a local feel.
Good morning, guys. We're feeling a little worse for wear after our hike yesterday, but we are up. It is 5 a.m. and we are waiting to get picked up from our hotel because this morning we're going in a hot air balloon over Vang Vieng, and a little nervous, but very, very excited.
As you can see, we have arrived and they are inflating the balloons behind us as I speak, which means it's just about time to get into our basket. Guys, if you followed us for a while, you know that I made Stace skydive as part of my big proposal day, and I feel like this is Stace getting her revenge because I am so nervous, more than what I felt before skydiving. I hate being up high and just being static. I hate it. So I'm very nervous. I'm sure it's going to be great, but very nervous. Also, did you know hot air balloons, they can't steer them. They can only go up and down. The wind decides what direction you go in. That is crazy.
There's a couple going in I say the private hot air balloon. Maybe they just got put in the small one. You can book private ones though, and I'm wondering if he's going to propose, but can you propose in a hot air balloon? Like, how do you get on one knee? Show.
That's our balloon.
I'm excited.
Yeah, you just keep telling yourself that. The nerves have taken over.
I feel like I should have some sort of harness on or something.
I feel like I should have a parachute. No, I'm going home.
You ready?
Do I look like
We're having some tears.
there are no tears yet. There is a well. I heard that. It's not working. I have to come back another day. We are grateful.
We're well and truly up in the sky.
Alright, we're up in the sky and I didn't cry. Right? I didn't cry. It's scary, but also beautiful.
This is pretty incredible. Incredible views.
We're so high up, my ears just popped. That's how high up we are. Coming in for land. Brace yourselves.
Don't worry.
You know, you're an overthinker when the pilot tells you to stop bracing. Touchdown! I flew in a hot air balloon and I survived. This is my story. We did it. I'm so proud. Are you proud of me?
Yes.
Are you guys proud of me?
That was incredible. Must do if you come to Vang Vieng.
Every winner deserves some fruit.
Stem C or
I would like to thank my mum and my sister for allowing me to come on this balloon by paying for it for my birthday. I would like to thank Stacey for reducing my freak out, and I would like to thank our amazing pilot who did not crash the balloon or pop the balloon or deflate the balloon too early. Thank you very much.
Flying high above Laos in a hot air balloon was the perfect way to finish off our time in Vang Vieng. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in country number 18.